Hi, everyone. Welcome to No Killing Cage. We have one question today, and that's what do you say to people who claim you can't have an opinion about a shelter unless you work for one? And I'll start and tell you that what I've been answering recently, and I don't know why this didn't occur to me earlier, but the fact that I've never been paid. In fact, I've spent a lot of money to save lives, and I've been doing it for over a decade. How does that make me less qualified than people who actually get paid to save lives? And frankly, usually these conversations are people who I feel are failing at it. So, Aubrie, why don't you tell us what you think of that?
I think that we all have not only a right to free speech, but I think we have a responsibility to speak out about what's happening with tax dollars. And I think that for those who say, oh, you can't have an opinion unless you work here, you volunteer here, well, just working at a shelter or volunteering at a shelter is not the solution alone. I mean, if a shelter has 5 volunteers or 500 volunteers, if they're still ending lives of healthy and treatable animals, that's not working. So advocacy has its role, and that's part of my free speech right about any shelter that's not performing in a progressive manner.
Shirley, what do you think?
I think that's the language of the oppressor. And I feel like it's absurd. It's like it's a way to exclude anyone who is unwilling to kill animals. And to draw an analogy, you wouldn't say, for example, to Sister Helen Prejean, you can't have an opinion about the death penalty unless you've worked in the execution room, right? How does that make sense? We have opinions because we're human beings, not because of where we work.
Great analogy. Alan, your thoughts?
It's like saying you can't criticize the president unless you've been president, right? It's nonsense. It's anytime anyone uses authority to say you can't have an opinion, they're attempting to shut off debate because they have no argument. So if they have an argument, they would come back with a substantive response. They don't, so they try to shut you down by saying you're ignorant. They don't know what they're doing. They're scared, and that's why they're trying to shut you down. So
All right.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on No Killing Cage. We'll see you next time.